Hi, Marlene. Good to hear from you. Thank you for keeping going. You're doing really, really amazingly, and it's lovely to get your little messages. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So here we go. You have got, this is really complicated. It takes a long time just to even read this. So we've got income in 3 different countries, and then where the income is coming from. We've got in dollars. So we're comparing the 3 of them. So it's the same info, but in the different countries. It does take a little bit of time just to work through this. We've done some podcasts recently, Ben and I, on what to do when you see a pie chart. Literally, the first few minutes of working out what is it showing me, and then after that, what are the big main features? Obviously, this would be main features here. What could we group? So we could group some of the smaller ones, the blue ones. Just having a quick glance to see what you might focus on when you're doing your writing. Okay, 3 pie charts. Compare 6 different revenue sources for 3 areas for the year 2014. Units measured in dollars. Okay, and then just do that, because when I copy paste, it doesn't work so well. Overall, it can be seen that services, agriculture, the 3 main areas of income in certain areas, while others differentiate strongly between the name. Good. I would just simply put that in the past tense there because you're dealing with 2014. Otherwise, fine. For the name year, biggest revenue for Bensland with 1/2 of all was agriculture. Lovely. While, very good, Timsand gained from heavy industry and slightly 2/4 of all segments for services. Slightly 2/4. I would say earned rather than gained there. So that's just vocabulary. Okay. Heavy industry. And slightly 2/4, maybe approximately. No. Approximately 2/4 of of all segments for services. Oh, I see what you mean. You got them together. Yeah, okay, approximately. Yeah, good. So that's okay. Services. Okay, and then were represented there. Over 1/4. Yeah. Light industry. Okay. Rather than built, actually contributed. I would go contributed a significant. Because this is almost your noun, so take out that as an adverb. Contributed a significant 80,000 of all sources. Good. Income was gained from agriculture. Okay. The least received from natural resources. Good. So there you've grouped that. That's fantastic. We want as much grouping as we possibly can. So you're doing that really, really nicely, especially there. This is a very good sentence here because you've grouped all of them together. So that's what you want to be doing as much as you can. That's really nice. Noticeable. It is noticeable that or notably, the amount. So notably, then that would go the amount of money that was. The amount of money is singular that was gained. You could have there, or produced even from different sectors. Strongly differed. Okay, well done, good. Too long. Okay, you kind of don't really need that. I would almost cut that completely. Put it in red. I cut that completely because that's kind of what you said in your overall sentence at the beginning. If you want to put any more in, you could do another comparative. So you've got here the biggest, and then you could put the biggest whereas. Do more of the whereas and the while. More of those contrasting sentences, and that would be just a neater response. But otherwise, you're doing really well because they're really getting into a good shape, those task ones. So that's good work. So task 2, why is it better for students to work before university study? Or is it and why? Share reasons. So some people argue it might be better for young school graduates to take a job and actually work before they get enrolled into a university, whereas others communicate it's better to start immediately after high school with studying. Okay, before they either before they become enrolled or before they enroll, it's actually an active verb. So rather than putting it into a passive, a kind of passive, so I'd say before they enroll in university, whereas others communicate, maybe suggest that it would be better. Here you need to have a hypothetical there. Suggest that it would be better to start immediately after high school, to start higher level studies. I think because I'm thinking start what? The higher level studies immediately after high school and take that out. Okay? I think both decisions have their benefits and drawbacks. Likewise, students could gain, rather than likewise, go in that. So you're going to tell me what they might be in that. Students could gain good, more experience while working, but there are also factors which might hinder them from, the great word, hinder them from receiving, and then you need to go on ing, higher education. Okay, good, right. You could put in here, because this is going to be our first paragraph, you could put this essay we'll discuss. So there's that. These key issues using examples from. So you don't have to have this introductory sentence, but it's quite useful just in terms of showing me where you're going. Remember, you're kind of taking the examiner with you as you're writing. So when young adults graduate from school, they're often unsure about their future intentions for a profession. Good. To get a job seems a good idea to earn money more quickly and win some valuable time to realize in which working field they might get involved. Okay. To get a job seems like a good idea is too informal. It's what you might say if you're speaking to someone, but it is not formal enough writing. So the proposition of seeking an internship or paid opportunity, or paid apprenticeship. So we're showing more vocabulary here. Apprenticeship may be appealing in order to. So this, to get a job seems like a good idea. If you could upgrade that, the proposition of seeking an internship or paid apprenticeship may be appealing in order to earn money more quickly and win some time. We gain time. We don't win time. We gain time to realize in which working field they might be involved. Okay, yep, that's good. Furthermore, this, you need something, this opportunity or this, or working in an office or working in a laboratory, so let's be more specific, could benefit young graduates with an actual, so adjective there, not adverb, actual income and several experiences to choose confident, several possibilities, maybe, to choose confidently between different jobs. If there is an interest in social studies, and you might, rather than get a job, write or volunteer for. Why don't you use it as a verb? Volunteer for a job in a hospital in order to assist others. Take out she, do in order to assist. Keep it more, stand back a bit. Try not to use she or he, whatever. Just go in order to. Get it into that kind of structure in order to assist others. This could lead you to study medicine and become a doctor. Yes, okay, good. I like that. Extraordinary salary as well as job satisfaction. Just expand that a little bit. But nice idea. Really good. On the other hand, 2 recent surveys have shown the gap between graduation and enrolment as more likely to have a gap, aspects like distractions, and as a result, a higher risk of not gaining a graduation at all. Good. Higher risk of leaving university early. So we have to explain why you might not get the qualification. Scientists found that young people who, not whom there, because it's a subject, who worked for a period after finishing school. Now, watch out for getting stuck. Again, that's too informal. Were more likely to stay with a part-time job, or more likely to remain working part-time in order to pay their living costs. Another argument involves intelligent young adults. The lower they might be affected by drug abuse and the need for money, which increases the risk of not starting. Yes, good, really nice. Good arguments there, really nice. And I like how you've started with the surveys on that paragraph and then developed it afterwards. I think that's quite a stylish way of doing it. In conclusion, to collect experience and contacts and useful skills. So expand that a bit. Sometimes you just have 1 noun, which is okay, but if you have 3 nouns, it has more impact. From the labour market, it could be very useful. Good. Sorry, I've got useful there. Don't repeat that. Especially when young people at that stage are not aware of what occupation is. Good. However, after the database, good, really nice. We've got however quite a few times as a connecting word. You could use whereas, like the task 1. Just gives you a bit of another word, a bit of variety in there. But that is really nice, Marlene, and I like how this is really taking shape and we're getting your style coming in. You've really got the coherence. It's looking really nice. Good vocabulary in there. Don't be scared to expand the vocabulary, add in some great adjectives. So maybe for the next one, think about expanding the nouns, so upgrading some of this and getting in some really good adjectives in there as well. Let's work on that. Well done. Thank you very much.